Why don't we give them something to read?
Hi, I'm Jade,
I'm Annabelle.
and welcome to our show. Today, we're diving into Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. If you're wondering whether this is worth your time, here's the vibe. Shipwrecked on a mysterious island, two people make questionable decisions for survival, begging the question, does it hurt? So this is a pick that you picked, and I'm so excited because when you picked it, I think you picked it because it looked like a thriller. Girl, this is a dark romance.
Yes. So I guess Does It Hurt should have given me a clue.
I
And
think the
the
author should
woman-
have because you already
Yes.
read her books. I mean, I did too, obviously, but
yeah,
like
H.D. Carlton. I did not pay attention.
you would have remembered anyways.
Also, how would I remember?
I do because
would
I
I?
want to make sure that I never read anything by her again.
Are you serious?
I hate her.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I like a dark romance in some aspects, but then I read them and then I'm like, I don't actually like dark
Yeah.
romances because
You like a little less violence in that
I
department
don't
than I do.
want to, screw a gun or
Yes.
fuck a blade handle. That's just,
Yeah, that's just you.
running in the woods away from a guy in a mask. Yes. Give it to me. But sexually assault me and then call it
With
romantic
a weapon? Yeah.
is, where I push my limits. But we hardly do trigger warnings.
I mean, just
Our
assume.
show should just be a
it's
trigger
just
warning.
Assume.
Assume that everything is a trigger warning.
Yes.
This book is by the infamous H.D. Carlton, who wrote the Cat and Mouse series as various others. Having read that series, were you eager to read this series or nervous about comparing it?
I honestly did not realize it was the same person because I thought it was a thriller. But once I was told
By me.
by Jade, I did not compare, partly because I never remember what happens.
Well,
So I just went into this like, okay, there might be some weird stuff.
I was reading it before you and I was like, please read this book. Please read this book. Because you have a fear of something, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. But I was like,
Hated it.
You cannot read this book behind closed eyes.
Yes, that's true.
But for me, I do remember her other books. I did know the author, so I can't deny that. Yes, knowing the author's previous works, I was nervous about starting this one, and I was correct
Oh,
in
shoot.
my assumption
Oh, shoot.
because this is a dark romance.
It is a dark
we
romance.
can't. You tried skipping it. And I went, girl, like you're missing half the part of this freaking book. Let's talk
Yeah.
about sex, babe. The chemistry, did they have it?
Oh, they definitely had it.
So we have the standard meet cute, a guy in a bar who tries to, I don't even know, make her feel better, I guess.
Men.
He said that he had no plans of sleeping with her, but what other reason would you hit her up? Anyways,
Let's clarify that she's on the run.
Yeah, she is on the
She's
run.
on the run and they meet in a bar.
She escaped to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And
That was,
yeah, she's
which
just
was not
trying
her
to-
final destination. It's just
A
where
pit
she
stop.
ended up.
Yeah, she was just in there trying to have, a drink, and these dudes are bothering her. I did think the chemistry was good, but when it turned hard, and it was rough to read.
Wow. I will say that the chemistry was there because even in the second she hears this is very typical of a
Yeah.
romance where she's like, don't even look at me, I'm gonna get pregnant. Like there
Oh
a lot
my
of little
God,
comments
I hated
like
that.
which to me is funny. I didn't get the vibe maybe that they were going for, but that part to me was funny. But I did think they definitely had chemistry.
Yeah. Did you find this to be a good one-handed read?
I put yes, but I mean, sharks did nothing for me. Also, very repetitive.
Yeah, I said not personally. The sex was at best meh. Then again, I'm not really into water play, both in the ocean and in bed, if you get my drift.
Look, there's a scene in this book where because he's mad at her because she had stolen his identity, pretends he doesn't know, invites her on his ship, and he's a lover of sharks.
Did you read every sex scene or did it feel repetitive?
Nope. I read them exactly halfway through the book. From page 201 to 402, I skimmed all.
Again, the amount of time this girl squirts is one too many. And of course, we're talking about smut, but so like, how different can you make each sex scene, right?
Not much in this book.
But how could you top that scene?
Mhm.
So let's talk about that scene. In one sex scene, we get the depraved shark infested waters. Comparing that to Cat and Mouse's pew pew scene, which would you find worse as a reader or a person?
It seems like an unfair question to me because I'm terrified of sharks. And I don't mean, "Ooh, sharks, scary." I mean, you just bop me with a shot of a shark randomly without me expecting it. My heart starts palpitating and I get anxiety and I yell or I have a reaction. So I put, "Oh, the shark scene." I hate sharks and pew-pews, but sharks are a true phobia.
For me, shockingly, the shark scene also, it was grape. There's no other way to
Oh,
put it.
yes,
It was great.
yes, yes.
And the way he did it, I felt so gross reading it.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. I wasn't into the gun either, right?
Yeah.
But like it was grapey in its own way that didn't feel like disgusting. Like in that one, you kind of not that she wanted it by any means, but he had been stalking her for you probably don't remember, but he had been stalking her for a little bit. He was kind of interested in her.
I mean, they liked each other
There was
clearly.
enough chemistry between them that it
Even
made work.
in this one, after it's done,
Yeah.
that scene, he kinda, like, just shoves her aside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, because a storm is coming and they're fighting for their life. But essentially, what happens was they had a great sex underneath waterfalls. They go home together. She steals his identity.
That's what
He
she does.
finds out and he's fucking livid. Like, he's so pissed, but he doesn't want to go to the police. I don't know why I can't remember why he didn't want to go to the police, but he wanted to catch her. Like, if he ever saw her again, he was gonna, like, fucking rip into her,
Yeah.
and he was not joking. He finally spots her, acts like, "Oh, hey, let's go out," and she, in her mind, is like, "I know I shouldn't," but she was so attracted to
Yeah.
him.
And he
She
was
agreed.
attracted to her.
Yeah, he
because that
was.
is why he
He thought
really
she was
felt
so
even more upset by what
Yes.
happened.
Yeah, but it was gross. He knew exactly
Mhm.
what he was doing, and it touched my brain in a very, very bad way.
Well, the stuff that happened didn't necessarily affect me negatively, but I will say that the description of her head in the water and her talking about seeing something swimming and seeing something coming up, my brain was like, "Stop it. Don't read that. Stop it.
Skim.
Skim, 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 skim." But yeah, it was a rough scene.
Yeah, it was. It was a rough scene, which again, I think she's known for that in her books, which is
Mhm.
why I don't like her and don't want to read her. But for you, I picked it up.
You were like, "My poor forgetful friend.
Oh, man.
You've read this author before."
I actually think you gave it a higher rating, The Cat and Mouse, than I did. I feel like
Oh,
we
did
have to
you?
go back. No, you did.
I probably gave it a 5.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I have to relook at our stuff. If you had to pick one scene to recreate, which would you pick?
I loved all of it, but I would say the waterfall.
That's what I picked too.
That'd be
I
fun.
mean, yes, painful with the rocks and whatnot, loud as fuck. Oh, but come on, out of all of our
What?
other
I
options,
can't hear you.
and in this
Out of all
book,
those yeah.
that's the only nice one so far.
You're like,
I'm gonna say
and
we start off nice and then we just
then
go
it just
downhill.
goes downhill from there.
Character arcs and motives. So Sawyer's past. Sawyer is the female lead, so don't get that confused. She flees her abusive brother's house and becomes an identity thief. How did your feelings towards her evolved as you learned more about her tragic backstory?
Well, you can infer that something terrible happened, and I did not assume she was a bad person. But once you hear the whole story, you feel for her. She is just trying to survive and also feels guilt for what she has to do. So she steals people's identities to
Mhm.
be able to survive
To live
till
free.
to get away.
Mhm.
And but she doesn't do it in a way that's oh,
Manipulative.
yeah, like she legit feels bad for doing it. We basically find out that her brother was sexually abusing her
Yeah.
and he was a cop.
Yeah.
And so for her, she's been on the run for years because she knew he could never let her go. She can't trust the police. And the brother was murdered?
So I suppose here's what I'll tell you. I DNF'd this.
Okay.
I don't remember any of that. I read a little bit at the end, but like literally a little bit.
Did you read, like, the end chapter or not even that much?
I read like the last sex scene.
You're like, "And that was enough for me." Well, basically, she's wanted for murder, so that's
Mhm.
why she's running.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know anything that's happening back home,
Mhm.
just that she's been on the run for years. So, I think from day one, from the first page, I didn't assume she was bad. I assumed she was doing bad things for a good reason.
Yeah, so I'm let me say this. She was a weak bitch, and we know how much I love weak bitches. Her trauma, I'm not saying it wasn't real, but considering that she was still turned on by this dude who raped her in
Mhm.
shark-infested waters, like, it could have and should have made her a stronger woman, and she was not. She was just, dislikable through the whole fucking thing. Because yes, she felt guilty for everything that she stole from the guy, right? What's
Mhm.
his name? Enzo. And still didn't even use his credit card, like, right away. Like, she got a little bit of the money from
Oh,
it, but,
yeah.
like, she hardly spent anything.
That's what she
And
did
he
with
was all worked
everybody.
up about it.
Yeah, he was furious.
He's like, "How much did you spend?" And she's like, "A couple $100
Yeah, that
on
was her
basic
thing.
necessities."
Yeah, that's all she spent it on just because she was trying to flee.
And instead of just being a compassionate dude, he's like, "Well, let me cut you."
Let's see what happens to you. And,
So
in this type of story, even in her other books, what they use is the fact that there is a reaction on the female side,
Mhm.
then we don't treat it as grapey, right?
Mhm.
Because the
Right?
person's reacting to it, so you're like, "Oh, yeah,
Okay.
they're into it."
Yeah, she was not though
No,
in
that
that
was
one
not a
spot.
I don't
There
think
was nothing. At first she thought, "Yeah, we're going to have a good time." And then he was like, "Yeah, we are."
get in there with the sharks. All right, well, I guess I'll be answering quite a few of these, but go ahead.
Enzo's vengeance. And Enzo initially takes Sawyer onto his boat to exact revenge for her robbing him. How do you view his morality when it comes to his quest for justice versus committing violence?
Well, I put his quest for justice is severely flawed. He also sees no issue with non-con and violence.
Yeah, I said he's a sick fuck and a depraved fucker.
I don't know if I'd go that far because they had a really nice time initially.
I
I
know.
would say the
I
shark thing
mean,
was the
isn't
worst.
that how all sexual assault relationships start? It's
Yeah,
very
probably.
beautiful at first.
And then you're like, here
And
comes
then
the
they
bad stuff.
show their true colors.
True.
So I don't think his quest for justice was for justice. At that point, it was
Mhm.
revenge.
Yeah, like he was
upset
just
he
mad.
trusted
Yeah,
somebody and then
and she
and then
screwed
she
him.
fucked him over. Um, because he could have gone to the police.
Oh, yeah.
Again, they might have not done anything, but he could have. He could have. Again, this is a dark romance, so these are too logical. But
Yeah,
he could have said, "Hey, I know you stole from me."
right.
And to be fair, she would have been like, "I'm so sorry. I'll pay you," because she did at one point say, "I'll pay you back,
Mhm.
like what I stole from you." But he was like, "It was an invasion of my privacy."
He was mad.
He was
He
mad,
also
mad.
had I mean, she did go and go into his very private stuff where he had, like, a passport and some other stuff. I don't even remember what we find out about that. Maybe there's a question here about it.
Sylvester and his threatening, isolating behavior on Raven's Island. How does his presence on the island act as a catalyst for Sawyer and Enzo's relationship?
Well, they know he's off and he's hiding something, and the fact they are locked into a room every night forces the proximity and they have moments of honesty together. If they had never been stranded, he would have just turned her in, not knowing anything or caring about her past, because his plan was to turn her in.
Yeah.
I don't see how he could have after what happened on the ship,
Honestly,
though.
I would have hoped that she would have been like, he raped me. I didn't do anything wrong
Yeah.
ever in my life. I'm a baby.
I'm just a baby. But Sylvester was a weirdo from the get-go. I
Yeah.
mean, hello, you live in an isolated
I knew
island.
something was fucking it sketchy from him from the very, very start. He's
It
what
was
we
mighty
call,
gross.
yeah, he's what we call the trauma bond.
Yes.
Otherwise, he was creepy and everyone knows it from the start what he's done. If you didn't, then pick up a fucking thriller. It's literally thriller coded.
As soon as they were bringing up ghosts, I'm like, "That ain't no ghost."
That ain't no ghost. As soon as she saw the picture of the family, I'm like, they wanted to leave him, and he said, "Nah,
No,
nah,
thank you.
baba." This book heavily utilizes the enemies to lover trope. At what point did the dynamic between Sawyer and Enzo's shift from pure animosity to genuine care?
I gotta say that I felt like animosity was mostly throughout the entire book until the very, very, very end. And also, some of these questions were a little difficult to answer based on their behavior in general. I put slowly over time since they both resisted, but when he sensed she was hurt or her attraction and need for him, as well as her guilt at hurting him, bonded them, they shared small moments before the animosity kicked back in. It was consistent,
Mhm.
which makes sense for this trope.
Yeah, for sure. I said about halfway in, she smacks her head,
Mm.
remember in the caves, and then suddenly Enzo can't stand the thought of losing her, and they admit their feelings. And also when he hears her sob story, of course. Oh, it's not your fault.
Sorry I did it to you too.
How do both characters use their shared trauma to heal one another while surviving the elements of the island?
Well, they already are showing each other each of their sides of their trauma. So,
What was
trauma
his? Because I
I
never
I
saw his.
yeah, I
I
think
don't think he has any.
he
He's an
does.
immigrant.
No, he does. I just don't remember if I have it in here. Probably not. Because I put they are able to allow the other to see how they are a product of their trauma, allowing them to see they aren't as terrible as they first thought.
Yeah, I said, bitch, they don't heal. They use the circumstances of their situation to free her.
True.
I mean, you're talking about the elements of the island. So this is a island that's isolated. Apparently, a boat only comes once a month. And there's not a survival except from the creepy old man. And they don't even realize that in the beginning. They think it's literally haunted. Who
Yeah.
thinks that? Who
I heard
literally
chains, I
yeah,
heard this.
I heard creaking
They saw, like,
upstairs.
a girl in the water, but then she's gone.
Yeah, like, it never felt like, I don't know, elements, except, I guess, in the sense of creepy old dude. And
Um,
again, I didn't read any more onto it, so I don't even know how they survived. How did they survive, Annabelle?
oh my gosh. You find out that, obviously, the guy had kept one of his daughters back,
Uh-huh.
and he had stitched her mouth shut because
Fuck
first,
that.
she had screamed to get away, he cut her tongue out. Then another boat came, screamed again, he sewed her mouth shut. So she's, like, completely, like, rotted and
Wow.
all that. But and this is common with, in abusive relationships, she wants to get away, but that's also her dad. So, in the end, when they end up having, like, a fight, she's still kind of trying to help her dad, like, they leave him locked up, she lets him out.
Ugh,
So they don't know if they can trust her or not, but they do wanna save her, and
yeah.
all this stuff happens, but the end result is she takes a bullet
I was gonna say, I know
from the
she dies
dad
because they
to
claim it
save
was
Enzo.
mhm, mhm.
And then they get saved off the island, they go back, and they're gonna be together and in
Yeah,
his
because she
little
claimed the identity
facility.
of the daughter,
Yes, so they
and
switch it
they
out.
say that, "Oh, she
She died.
died."
But then we find out that her brother had died, years ago, and the case had been solved. She didn't know this because she was always on the run and was afraid to
Ah.
ask. So she'd been running for years for no
For no
reason.
reason.
Yeah. Um, mm,
Redemption.
oh,
Are Enzo and Sawyer redeemable characters despite their past sins?
I mean, in the story, they were redeemed, but in real life, they should serve time.
I bet Sawyer, yes, Enzo, no.
You're like, "Yeah, not him."
Not him. The shipwreck. How did being marooned and forced to survive on a remote setting change the power dynamic between the two protagonists?
It at one point, she finds a cave that she thinks she's the only one that knows about it,
Mhm.
and it kinda gives her the ability to be more independent. She goes off on her own, she doesn't have to answer to anybody, and
Mhm.
it helps build her strength. Also, anything that has to do with survival, so when Sylvester's definitely putting the moves on her, trying to get her to stay with him,
It was gross.
ugh, so gross. She is able to fight for herself or they were always trying not to make him mad.
Yeah.
So she would try and do it in the best way possible. But I think it got to the point where on the island, if Enzo had been killed, she would have still survived.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she was a survivor. She had
Mhm.
been running by herself for all this time.
Yeah.
I said, you're gonna laugh. I said, well, he couldn't fuck her over shark infested waters, that's for sure. I think it gave her back her sense of identity
Mhm.
because I think after, she was already a little bit scared when she saw him on the beach, but thought, oh, maybe doesn't know. And she was really attracted to him. And then what happened. And I think she was scared she was going to die. She probably was hoping that storm was going to kill them both. But then you discover that stupid bitch. You discover that they both were in the water and she
And
swam like an hour and a half or
To save
something
him.
to freaking save him and drag him up to the beach, which she didn't tell him at first because she didn't think she was redeemable.
But also, I think that's also part selfish because she didn't wanna be alone. They didn't know what they were gonna
Well,
find,
yeah,
so she didn't wanna be alone.
that's true. I think she just felt like a sense that she had to keep him alive for what she did.
Mhm.
And she was attracted to him. Fine, bitch. Enjoy your man. But I do think that when they do go to Sylvester's lighthouse,
Mhm.
yes, that she's like, I'm not taking shit from no one.
Like, this is it.
Yeah.
I just swam an hour dragging a body
Yeah,
with me.
exactly. So I did appreciate that she got a little bit of her sense back because otherwise I was like, oh God, if she's just gonna mope around the entire island the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, I still didn't finish it, but I was gonna put it down a lot sooner. Did the conclusion of the book provide the closure and emotional payoff you expected?
I was not emotionally invested in the book at all, but it ended nicely and wrapped up well. Now, a book 2 would have pissed me off. One book was enough.
I just skimmed the ending, but for those who like the book, sure. Once again, they had sex with sharks. I guess that's their kink.
That's her thing.
Yep. That and
Yep.
pissing herself.
Ugh. We'll have to discuss that later.
Who would you cast?
Very excited about that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Enzo.
Yes.
Joe Manganiello, who was Alcide on True Blood.
Oh my God. That's a great answer, actually.
I was pretty impressed with
Yeah,
myself.
I'm pretty impressed with you too.
I did for Sawyer. Love her so much. Catherine Winnick from Vikings.
Oh, I don't know her.
Oh, love her. I
Yeah?
think she would have been perfect for it. And then for Sylvester, Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, see, I didn't put him because I didn't pay attention to him long enough. Sorry. But
That's okay.
that is a great person for him. Old, creepy.
Did you find Catherine Winnick?
I did. I like her a lot. I think she's so powerful looking that it would be too good for that role.
She's too good for it.
But I think that yes, she's beautiful and perfect and blonde.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing they talk about when they talk about how she
Blondie.
looked. Short, blonde, well built. I'm so excited. I hope you know who it is. So for Enzo, I picked Michael Morone
Oh, yes.
from
He's
365 Days. He is Italian because what they don't tell you. I think they glance over it a little bit. He's from Italian because his passport was dual
mm-hmm.
and he was part Italian. And I was like, that's hot.
That
was pretty hot. And then for
Great
Sawyer,
choice.
I picked, I can't say her last name, so I'm going to butcher it, but Julia Slafner. She's from 1923's Yellowstone.
Oh.
I know you haven't seen.
No.
I know you haven't seen any of those, but I couldn't think of anything that she was in when I was putting her down. But she looked, I hate to say this because I don't want to offend anyone when I say this, but she looked meek.
Meek?
Meek.
Oh, yes. She does look very delicate.
Thank you. Yes, she looks delicate.
I think she's too delicate.
A girl, this woman was on the run for years. She was not strong-willed. She was hiding.
She had to be strong to survive.
No, I think she'd be perfect. The unsuspecting girl who's gonna fuck you over and steal your identity.
Yeah, I mean, she does look sweet.
Yours was great too, though. I will say. Maybe if I saw her as a stronger role, it would have hurt less. That was all my fun ones. I don't have a lot of fun ones in this. So let's give a final verdict. What'd you rate it?
3 out of 5.
Damn. I put 0 stars, but on Goodreads, I had to give it at least a 1.
Oh.
Because I did read over half of it.
Yeah. I mean, fair. I gotta say, I like the Cat and Mouse series better.
Yeah, it's funny because like on Goodreads, she actually has a review in there that she posted. And she talks about how this was written after Cat and Mouse, and she was really worried it was going to be compared to by that. And so she was just letting people know, like, oh, I wrote this with a different mindset. Don't think it's going to be like the other one. It wasn't, honey. Anyone who thought it was didn't pay enough attention to the book and only paid attention to the sex. Because yes, the sex was the same.
But also the other one is a series, and it has two,
Yeah,
it had 2 books.
Mhm.
There was more development in the story and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and the characters.
Yep. Would we recommend it?
I just answered that. I said I would recommend it, and this is who I would recommend it to. I would not recommend it to anyone who has triggers or hates dark romance.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Because you got to dig real deep to really enjoy it. Deep.
Who should read this? I put not my mortal enemy, but someone who annoys me. Who should skip it if you have a fear of pissing yourself for sharks? Look away.
Don't read.
This isn't your vibe.
Don't do it.
Or if you want to get over your fears, read it. You know what? I won't judge. I don't judge what you like. Fuck it. Good for you.
You want to get graped with your face in a
Shark
ocean of sharks? Okay.
More power to you. I hope a man can make that come true.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yuck. Not me, though. Alrighty. That's it for today's episode of Give 'em Something To. Now I need to know, what did you think of Does It Hurt? Come yell at us on Instagram or TikTok. Give 'em something to at Jade, at Annabelle,
or at podcast.
Don't forget to follow, rate, and share with your fellow besties.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.